Hi, I'm Dave Long, Sales and Marketing Manager for Case IH Pull-Type Fertilizer Application Equipment. Today we're going to be reviewing the features of our Nutri-Placer 2800 liquid side dress applicators. The 2800 applicators are an integral part of our Nutri-Placer lineup. Case IH has been a long-time leader in the pull-type fertilizer application market, delivering products that are commercial quality, productive, agronomically correct, and backed up by the support of our distributors and dealers. The Nutri-Placer 2800s, and we're going to be looking at two different chassis today, our 850 and 1,000 gallon chassis, and then our 1,300 gallon chassis. These applicators have become an important part of a lot of farmers' operations. As farmers continue to look for increases in fertilizer efficiency and trying to find that next incremental yield bump, a lot of guys are looking at their nutrient application programs. They're looking at their nitrogen programs. With nitrogen, timing is critical. Having the right amount of nitrogen available to the plant when the plant needs it. Nitrogen is mobile in the soil. It can also be volatile. It can leach. You can get denitrification. So what a lot of our producers are looking at, especially in a corn crop, is split applications of nitrogen. You're providing some nitrogen pre-plant, possibly at planting, but then coming back with a side dress application at that critical stage from emergence to V5. Because a V5 corn plant, that is when the nitrogen use and the nitrogen needs of the plant really go vertical. From that time forward, that is when that corn plant needs the nitrogen. So with the 2800 applicators, you can split up that nitrogen, make it available to the plant when it needs it. It doesn't take a lot of horsepower. It's very productive and efficient in the fact that you can side dress at speeds of 8-9 miles an hour. You don't have to be real concerned about the soil being too dry or too wet to seal. You have a wide application window. You can get in there, get it fast, get it done, and provide that nitrogen for the plant when it needs it. The Nutri-Placer 2800 we have here today is a 1,000 gallon chassis. It's also available as an 850 gallon chassis as well, and we'll talk about the features of both of these as we go around it today. They both share the same frame, a 4x4 frame, and you'll see the same design on all of our Nutri-Placer 2800 applicators in the fact that we have the coulter bar captured in between the hitch on the tractor and the tank on the applicator. And that provides us some down pressure. It keeps the coulter bar and the coulters close to the pivot point on the pin. The coulter bar is available in sizes from 17.5 feet to 27.5 feet. The coulter bar has a parallel lift, so it lifts level as you're using it in the field. The tanks on all of our 2800 applicators are all oriented so that they're mounted on the chassis lengthwise. And that helps keep the applicator narrower. It creates better visibility when you're in road transport. And another thing about this chassis is that it has excellent transport dimensions. When you're in transport position with the wings folded up, you're 12 feet 4 inches wide, 9 feet 8 inches tall. The 850 and 1,000 gallon chassis, we have three different options to control the liquid product and the application in the field. We have two different piston pumps that are available, either a ground drive single piston pump or a ground drive double piston pump, depending on how much capacity you're looking for in your application. We also have a hydraulic driven centrifugal pump with electronic control, and that's what we have on this 1,000 gallon 2800 here today. With the hydraulic driven centrifugal and electronic controls, you have a 3-section shutoff, regulating valve and flow meter, and we can control those components 3 different ways as well. We can use Case IH AccuControl to utilize the Pro 700 in your Case IH tractor. We also have a generic ISO control cable and node available for controllers made by other manufacturers. And then we have a generic non-ISO control cable if you have a non-ISO controller that you can utilize on your farm. So 3 different ways to control those electronic components. Something really that you can tailor to fit your needs on your farm and utilize the equipment that you have. As we move around to the side of the Nutri-Placer 2800 applicator, you can really see now where that coulter bar is captured in between the hitch on the tractor and the tank on the applicator. That allows that toolbar to move up and down, use the weight of the applicator to hold the coulters and the coulter bar in the ground at operating depth at all times. The other thing it does is it provides positive tongue weight at all times. You never get in a negative tongue weight situation, you always have positive tongue weight. And with the tank oriented to where it's centered over the axle, the tongue weight won't change as you go from loaded to empty. You're primarily carrying the weight of the product on the chassis of the applicator all the time. Now this applicator that we're looking at here is our 1,000-gallon model. So on the 1,000-gallon model, we have a 320 85R38 tire on 120-inch spacing. If this was an 850-gallon model, we'd have 2 different axles that are available on the 850-gallon. We have a adjustable width axle that's adjustable from 62 to 80 inches so that we can hit a variety of row spacings. With the 62 to 80-inch axle, we can hit a 30, a 36, a 38, or 40-inch row spacings. We also have a 120-inch fixed axle available for the 850-gallon tank unit. With both of those axles, we would have a 14L 16-1 tire available on the 850-gallon model.